if you have a pressure washer like this or a lawnmower that you cannot start it, that have a plastic carburetor, not your typical aluminum or brass, then I'm going to show you how to quickly fix it and what you can do with it. Okay, first, obviously, before working, make sure this is off. If you're trying to start it, of course, make sure this is off. A lot of people keep forgetting to press this button. Okay, now remove your cover. I mean, basically, you're just gonna have a couple of bolts on your cover. Either it's a lawnmower or pressure washer like this. They're all pretty much the same. The whole thing just pretty much comes off. And here, you're gonna find a couple of things that just moves around. Make sure without explanation what is for each of them, just simply make sure they all move. This one right here that holds your throttle, that moves the throttle, this can be stuck. Look at this right here, very easy, you can just simply got stuck in there. So make sure this is all the way down right here. Make sure this is moves. All these have some movements. Okay, this right there, go all the way down there. Just make sure it moves freely. Okay, and then open your filter cover, pull your filter, and look in your throttle. This throttle right there, it needs to be closed. Okay, if it's stuck open, like I just showed it to you, you can stuck open, and you're basically your lawnmower or pressure washer will never gonna start. Make sure this is completely closed. Okay, on your engine cold, when your engine is cold, try to start it. If it's not going to start, the next step would be to check your spark plug. Okay, just get a right socket for your spark plug size, pull it out, and just kind of look at it, clean it, brush it off, you know, spray some brake fluid cleaner on it, dry it out, and put it right back. You know, spark plugs is really not that expensive, you know, a couple of dollars. I just highly recommend just go ahead and replace it, unless you have a new machine like this one. This machine actually a couple of months old, and I'm not going to be replacing spark plug on it. There is nothing wrong with it. I already checked, already looked on it. So after that, the next step would be, unfortunately, your carburetor. And this is what this video about, is to how to start your lawnmower if you have a plastic carburetor. Let's get right to it. Okay, there's actually one more step before getting into carburetor. To do is to flush your fuel. The fuel can be contaminated with the water. It does happen sometime, and obviously your lawnmower or pressure washer will just not going to start. So to flush the carburetor, okay, just simply grab Allen wrench key. This is a 10 millimeter. Before doing it, go ahead, grab pliers. Okay, just close your pipe and open this valve right here, open this socket, and fuel will comes out. I'm gonna catch it with the paper. Okay, don't want to make too much mess, and that's all. Okay, then just simply put this thing back. Okay, release your pliers, and the new fuel, clean fuel, will get back to carburetor. You can try to start it a couple of times. If it's not going to work, then you know this is definitely your carburetor. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the carburetor off and clean the carburetor. There are two little screws right here. Take them off. Now your cap here on the carburetor actually have like a huge seal, so it's gonna be a little hard to remove it. You can twist it a little bit, try to twist it, grab an Allen wrench key, maybe knock it from the top on this location. Just be gentle with it. Here we go. This cap comes out. Okay, like I said earlier, have just a round seal O-ring on it, so sometimes they get stuck. Now see if your fuel actually goes into your reservoir over here. Just simply release your pliers. Fuel's supposed to start draining. Here we go, let me check this, and here we go. It leaks, which is good. Now let's go ahead and get to this part right here. This is where your clog, and it needs to be clean. So just grab a pliers, okay, and you can just simply wiggle around and push it down. This whole thing will comes out. Let me go and take it to a bench, so I'll show you closer what's need to be done with this part and what's here can get clogged. Okay, when you pull this out, there's a couple of places that can be clogged in here, and this is place right here, number 1. And I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. Right now you can see hole in there. If you don't see that hole, you don't see the plastic on another side clearance, it's mean your hole that's sucking all this fuel is basically clogged, and that's why your lawnmower wouldn't start, your pressure washer wouldn't start. Okay, just grab a needle like this one right here and just push it in. Make sure you clean this hole right here, this feeding hole. Okay, look inside also in this little hole right here. Make sure you don't see a lot of dirt. You can use just the brake part cleaner. Press, just squeeze it really good. Just make sure all these little holes are clean. Then you can remove a top portion right here. Just be careful, don't break it. Here we go. You're gonna find 3 more little holes right here. Make sure they also clean. There is nothing in here. This piece already was previously cleaned. That's why I decided to go ahead and make this video right quick, because I found the problem. This little hole was clogged and one of these little holes was clogged. Okay, so just make sure they all clean, everything clean. Okay, like I said, you can spray it with brake bar cleaner. Okay, and over here also make sure everything clean. You're gonna find 2 bowls. Okay, this bowl's right here, this little bowl, it's supposed to be there. Don't touch it, don't press it on it, nothing. There is another bowl right here. Just make sure all these things, all these little bolts are in there. If they're not there, if they're missing, or they're inside of your canister, make sure you plug them back, you put them back. Okay, if they're missing, you might want to go ahead and unfortunately replace the entire carburetor. But make sure these little bolts are there. Nothing is broke, nothing is cracked on here. Okay, let's go ahead and put this back. And also this is your return hose, pipe, whatever you want to call it. Make sure it's also clean. Just spray some brake part fluid cleaner in it. Make sure this needle go through, as you see, go through on another end. So make sure just this whole thing is clear and clean. Okay, also this right here, there's a little hole right here, make sure it's clean. As we see it's clean now, let's go ahead and put it back all together and let's start it. Okay, we can go and put it back together. Make sure you put it the right way, and it's supposed to be like this, not the other way. Okay, and before obviously putting this, you can spray some brake fluid in there also. Make sure it's all clean. Use your mirror to kind of see if it's dirty in there or not. Okay, it shouldn't be, but just put it back like this and put everything back together, and your machine should work right away.